Please welcome founder of the Mansfield Tea Party, Marianne Gasiecki.
Morning. I want to paint a picture for you. 18 years ago, on a snowy November evening, my boyfriend got down on one knee and asked me to marry him. My response, of course, was yes, but he wanted children, and I didn't. So I told him, knowing this, you better think really hard, am I the one that you want to spend the rest of your life with? Well, for some reason, he came back, and we got married. And we have two fantastic children. My son, Anthony, is 16, and my daughter, Amanda, will be 14 in March. For many of us, life is not what we thought it would be. My life is nothing like I thought it would be, but I would not change a thing. My children are my world, like I'm sure your children are your world. We worry about what lies ahead for our children. We want the best for them. We want every opportunity for them. We have dreams for our children. My dream is this: that we live in a country where one's aspirations are limited only by oneself. If my son's desire is to be a world-class neurosurgeon, then he can be that neurosurgeon. If my daughter's desire is to be a special effects artist, she can be that artist. It was stated so beautifully by Thomas Jefferson when he said, "The policy of the American government is to leave its citizens free, neither restraining them nor aiding them in their pursuits." So what did he mean by that? It's up to the individual, the talents and the desires of the individual, no one else. That is my dream for my children. It's my dream for everybody's children, to be able to pursue their dreams without being shackled. But in 2008, I started to see that dream slipping away. We had become complacent, and people were actually buying into this hope and change thing, not even knowing what hope and change was. What did it really mean? And I started to hear phrases like distribution of wealth and leveling the playing field and fundamentally transforming America. So one night, my husband and I were watching TV and listening to then Senator Obama, and it hit me. I thought, people are really buying this stuff. They really believe what this man is saying. I had to do something. Then I heard about the Tea Party movement, and I knew I had to be a part of it. But I was new to the area, totally new to the political scene, so I didn't know what to expect, but I knew that it had to be done. So I started a local Tea Party group, and on April 15th, 2009, we had our first rally. And I was amazed at the number of people that came out on this cold, rainy, windy day and stayed. They stayed right to the end, and little did I know that this was only the beginning. So since then, I have learned many things, but one thing that continues to hit home is our children. We are starting too late in educating and instilling virtues in our children about what made this country so great. We need to counter the progressive movement that has invaded our schools through textbooks and curriculum. So how do we do this? I had already been a reading tutor for several years, but that wasn't enough. So I started essay contests in the high school. I went dressed in period costume during Constitution Week and spoke to the little kids about the journey to this country and our Constitution. And I created visuals for them to bring to life the sacrifices that our forefathers had made, and the kids loved it. The kids loved it, and the teachers loved it. But that still wasn't enough. So then I decided to take the next step, and I ran for my local school board in 2011, unfortunately losing to the incumbents. In 2012, I ran for our State Board of Education, again, losing, but only by 10% to the governor's appointee. Then, third time's a charm, I ran again for my local school board this last November and won. So. It is an uphill battle, but we cannot be complacent anymore. Our children are our future. We must get involved as parents, grandparents, and educators. Get in there, insert yourself. And you don't have to fly in on a broomstick. Smile when you ask your questions. Smile when you ask them what they're doing. Know what is being taught in your schools. Know what the kids are learning in history, and know what they're reading in literature. Our children are our future. We must allow them to be the architects of their destiny. As stated by another great American, Ronald Reagan, the American dream is not that every man must be level with every other man. The American dream is that every man must be free to become whatever God intends he should become. Thank you.